Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I would like to begin by saying that this video was experimental. I wanted to present what I was doing from two different views, and I decided to set my tablet camera as a first source, and it wasn't a good idea, so unfortunately you will be able to observe changing lighting from front view, but I hope you will overlook this. However, as a whole, I'm pleased with the final result. That day I was doing evening makeup with Cobalt blue in the lead role, and I decided to record it. After priming my lids, in first step, I'm defining my eyes with 3 shades of warm beige and brown colors. This palette of one of Polish YouTube influencers is no longer available, but such colors are universal, and I'm sure you'll be able to find such shades in majority of eyeshadow palettes with nude shadows. I was blending first 2 lighter shades in my crease and above it with more fluffy brush. It is Zoeva Luxe Crease Brush. And applying this dark brown, I'm focusing only on my crease using smaller blending brush. Now I'm going to pack this beautiful Cobalt blue from Kat Von D 10th Anniversary palette onto my lid. And I'm using a synthetic flat eyeshadow brush for this. This eyeshadow is very pigmented, so there's no problem with achieving an adequate saturation level without adding this shadow on and on. In order to avoid harsh color transition in my crease between this cobalt blue and previous blended 3 shades of brown, I'm doing forward and backward movements in my crease using clean, quite pointy blending brush. I'm adding this cobalt blue a little, and in the end I'm blending above my crease using previous blending brushes with the rest of mix of brown shades on them. Here I'm cleaning my brow bone with matte light shadow. I think it was this lightest shade from Kat Von D palette called Melanie, yes. And now I'm going to highlight my inner corner with this bluish with silver undertones foil eyeshadow from the palette of the same Polish YouTube guru who launched the previous palette used by me to define my eye shape. Unfortunately, it was also limited, and I think it is no longer available. And it's indeed a pity, cause these foil shadows in first row of this palette are really amazing and make a good job, especially in the role of highlighting inner corners or center of the eyelid. We are moving on to lower eyelids. I'm priming them with Maybelline Color Tattoo Creamy eyeshadow in shade Creme de Nude. And as a first shade, I'm using the combination of Malice and Ashley shades from Kat Von D palette. I'm blending them using smudge brush from Real Techniques. In the meantime, I'm darkening my lower waterline with black kohl pencil. And close to my lash line, I'm applying this cobalt blue blending it with Angle eyebrow brush from Hakuro. For my foundation, that day I chose Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. I have it in shade Y305. First I'm applying it by tips of my fingers, and next I'm blending it in using Beauty Blender. It's really a good full coverage foundation, however in my case, I don't know why, foundations with which I'm satisfied at the beginning of using start to look worse on my face over time. Maybe I have a tendency to increase the amount of applied foundation over time, and that's the reason. I don't know. That day when I had recorded this makeup, I'd been satisfied with this foundation, but after a few days I had to switch to another one. Have you also noticed the same in yourselves? To cover my under eye cycles, I'm using Reliable Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. For such intense dark eye makeup, it's necessary to even skin tone well. To bronze and contour my face, I'm testing here a very cheap bronzing powder from Polish drugstore, and you rather cannot hurt yourself with this bronzer because it's not very pigmented. However, its shade is quite nice and very neutral, not too orange nor too dirty. For highlighting my cheekbones, I used Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb highlighter, and I applied it just by fingers. For my lips, I used the Day Lipfinity lip color from Max Factor in shade 055. And I added L'Oreal Lip Paint Liquid Lipstick in shade 208 in order to light up my lips a little and match them such intense and dark eye makeup better. I'm very surprised with the fact how long lasting this Lipfinity lipstick is, and I get the feeling it's been on the market for ages. I think it is comparable to Lip Sense lipsticks, which were so popular in the internet some time ago, but much more expensive. Okay guys, that's the final result. I hope you enjoyed watching. As always, I encourage to visit my social media, especially my Instagram, and I would be very happy if you decide to subscribe to my channel. It costs you nothing, and for me it's very important to see my work meets your approbation. See you soon in my next video. Love you guys, bye!